In this video, I'll walk you through the Topical Map Maker tool and how to use it to brainstorm a topical map and get your ideas off the ground. And if you're not sure what a topical map is, you can read my blog posts on it. It covers all of the essential things that you need to know. There's a term coined by Corey. He's like the founder of all the semantic SEO stuff. And he's got a whole course on basically how to make these, which you can check out. It's called like the Topical Authority course. What I have here is basically just a quick start guide on how to kind of take those ideas and brainstorm a topical map. And this tool uses AI and it also uses knowledge retrieval, which has some notes on topical map creation following Corey's process. I also just gave it an update to use the new O1 model from OpenAI, which has advanced reasoning and logic. So it's going to make slightly better topical maps. Now, this app isn't going to create an entire topical map for you. It's going to help you ideate and brainstorm the key components of your topical map. Now, for the fields here, we've got website name, source context, central entity, central search intent, the core section of the topical map, and the outer section of the topical map. And there's a little bit of information on what those are. But if you want a better explanation, it's right here in my blog post, which I'll link to as well. It kind of explains quickly what it is and what you should be putting in these sections. And for this example, I'll do luxury real estate in Los Angeles. For the website name, I'm going to put luxury realtor in LA. You'd obviously want to put your actual name there. This is just like a demo example. Then the source context is basically explaining like what makes you so special that you're going to write about this topic and take up space on search results. Why are you so important that you should actually make this kind of content? So in this example I'm putting, we have an intimate knowledge of the Los Angeles luxury real estate markets, which is something that a realtor might put. The best part about using an AI to ideate these things is you might not give it very good answers, but AI is smart enough to kind of figure it out and still give you a good result. Now for the central entity, I'm putting luxury homes and properties for sale in Los Angeles. Central entity is what your website is mostly about. So this is going to be like the overarching theme or topic of the website. If you're a real estate company or a realtor, your website's probably about homes for sale. Then for central search intent, this is basically the connection between the first one and the second one. How does the source context relate to the central entity? So if you are a luxury realtor in Los Angeles and your central entity, the thing that your website is mostly about, is luxury homes and properties for sale in Los Angeles, and your source context is that you have an intimate knowledge of the Los Angeles and luxury real estate markets, the connection here in this example is that our local expertise on Los Angeles real estate gives us in-depth knowledge and understanding to better help our clients. So that's what I'm putting here. For the core section of the topical map, this is basically the main pages on your website that are going to drive conversions or make money. I like to call them money pages. So in my example, I've got property listings, neighborhood landing pages, property type landing pages, and then some examples like estates, mansions, and condos. Yours is obviously going to be different, but if you already have a website, there's a good chance that you've already figured out what your money pages are. So just kind of list some examples of the main pages that are going to drive the traffic and the revenue. You don't have to list every single possibility because the AI is going to help you ideate and think of more things along these lines. It usually does a pretty good job of thinking of content types that you wouldn't have thought of and that might actually be missing from your site already, which can be a good opportunity to make more money pages. For the outer section of the topical map, this is basically where all of your informational content is going to live, where your historical data is going to come from, and basically the topics that you're going to create that are basically building trust with search engines and linking to your core section of the topical map. So much simpler explanation of that is basically your blog posts. So for this, you just want to think of some ideas for different types of topics that you're going to create. If you already have this kind of content on your website, you can just give it some ideas of what you've already got. If you're working on a brand new website, you can look at other websites for examples. You can do keyword research, whatever you want to do to find ideas. For me, I put neighborhood guides for buyers, luxury real estate ownership guides, luxury real estate buying guides. Then I'm going to hit run here, and the app is going to work making the topical map. It's using its retrieve knowledge function, and then it's using the chat model, which is currently OpenAI's new O1 model, which has more advanced reasoning. While this is loading, take a quick look of everything that went in here. You'll notice there wasn't a single like junky topic that wouldn't drive the right people to this website. We're not going out into fluff world here. We're actually sticking really closely to the theme of the website, and ideating your topical map like this will ensure that you're not creating anything that's just way too out there and unrelated. All the content that it's going to recommend is going to be highly relevant for your website. Now that it's finished, let's take a quick look at the output here. The first place to look at is the core section of the topical map and the ideas that it's provided. You can see we got some luxury property listings, and it gives you some examples. We've got some property type landing pages, like luxury estates, oceanfront properties. So these are all different types of landing pages that you might want to have on your website. Gated community homes. So these two cover two essential ways that people will find your website. One will be if they're looking for a specific area. This would be if they're looking for a specific type of home and they're kind of more open on the area. And then kind of more real estate specific featured listings like off market properties. People love those. Open houses, recently sold luxury homes. And then we've got neighborhood landing pages, specific neighborhoods and areas that you'd want to have pages for. Got some seller resources like home valuation, selling process guides, marketing strategies, preparing your home for sale, staging tips. Listings of services provided by the real estate company, such as buyer and seller representation or consulting on specific property investments. Some topics on luxury lifestyle, market insights like real estate market reports, neighborhood market statistics, price trends, investment opportunities. So that's the core section of the topical map, and that looks pretty good to me. This looks pretty typical of what you'd expect to see on a luxury real estate website that's already built out. So if your website isn't built out and you don't have these things, now you know which types of content you need to make for your main money pages. Now let's look at the outer section of the topical map. In my example, I got neighborhood guides for buyers, like things on school and transportation, amenities, attractions. We got luxury real estate ownership guides, luxury real estate buying guides, Los Angeles real estate news, investment guides, lifestyle and community events, resources on relocation, and a whole bunch more topics, which are all things that you could put on your blog that are going to help bring in the right people to the website. So just zooming out, if you look at everything this provided just from filling out a few questions, it's pretty helpful and it's going to give you some great content ideas. All of them are going to be highly relevant to your brand and to your website. Then if you like your topical map, you just click this little copy icon down here and it's going to copy it to your clipboard. Then you can save it to a document or a spreadsheet. If you're not entirely happy with the results, you can just tweak the inputs a little bit, maybe provide some more examples or ideas, provide a little bit more context, and just run it again. And basically the next steps here are just to pick one of these topics and start building it out and making sure your website has that content. So that's it for the topical map maker. Don't forget to read the guide, which covers all of the essential knowledge. And then if you want to learn more about topical maps and topical authority, I highly recommend checking out Corey's resources. I've linked to them in my blog post as well. So give this a read to get a good understanding. I even provide prompts on like how to expand it after you've generated it. And I'll provide the link to it as well so you can try it out.